is 6:35, all new this week. 7 News is shining a light on the successes and challenges and amplifying the messages of people with Down syndrome in their community. That included easy etiquette when it comes to inclusion of people with Down syndrome and also local resources for families. Well, a big part of that inclusion happens in the classroom.
All new for you this morning, 7 News senior reporter Eileen Buckley is telling us how an inclusive classroom in the Williamsville School District benefits one young student and his classmates.
Here at Maple East, we have an inclusion classroom at every grade level.
You might think this classroom looks no different than any other school classroom, but it's an inclusive class where Amanda Komarmi teaches at Maple East Elementary in the Williamsville School District.
An inclusion teacher is a teacher who has students with disabilities in our classroom along with our general education students.
The classroom currently serves one kindergarten student with Down syndrome.
The second our students walk into the classroom, we celebrate everyone's identity, everyone's differences, and we learn from each other.
Paul Monshine is a kindergartner with Down syndrome who attends Maple East. His dad, Will Monshine, says he drives his son to school each morning.
You can hear his friends screaming his name out of their parents' cars when he's walking in because he's just their buddy.
Paul's father tells me his son is thriving in this environment.
The changes that I've seen in him, in his eye contact, in his listening, in his speaking back and forth and initiating things, you can tell that it's a product of being in the classroom that he's in.
We see great benefits for the families, for the teachers, and this district is really proud of our record on inclusive practices, and we're always looking to do better.
Maple East Principal Bill Bowen says the district has practiced a long tradition of inclusion. Inclusion teachers working with a special ed teacher in assisting students with disabilities.
As a team, we're constantly communicating and working together to make sure that we're doing what's best and what's appropriate for our students.
Paul's dad says a commonality among children with Down syndrome is low muscle tone. He says it affects his son's attention span in learning how to write because his hand is physically weaker. Paul also has vision and hearing issues.
He wears pretty thick glasses, so they make accommodations with, he has a vision therapy, but they make accommodations when they're doing, say, counting exercises.
Research shows students with disabilities progress better when in classrooms with non-disabled students.
Just being around the kids is having a really positive influence on him. And I think the opposite is true. I mean, he's got a best friend. He has play dates. Everybody loves walking out to the playground with him.
They don't see differences. When we're out on the playground, they're all playing together. They find it so much fun to interact with each other, and they really don't see the differences.
Eileen Buckley, 7 News, Williamsville.